All right, my 7th graders, we've been solving equations for a while, and now we're going to have to take word statements and turn them into equations or expressions. Remember, expressions is when you don't have an equal sign. Equations is when you have an equal sign. So we've got clue words we've got to look at today. A lot of you probably already know most of these clue words, but we're going to just go over them real quickly. I do have a copy of this in your work that I have for you today, but we're just going to look at them real quickly. So some words that mean add are going to be actually add, sum, increase, more, together, plus, total, combine, and perimeter. Those are going to be addition words. Your subtraction words: subtract, different, diminish, taken, fewer, decrease, minus, less, eliminate, deduct, use, and several more. There's not going to be, this isn't going to be all the words, but this is a majority or mainly what you're going to see. When you multiply, you're going to mainly see multiply, product is going to be multiply, and your times, double is 2, triple is 3, half is obviously 1/2, twice is going to be times 2 also, and area is multiply. Most of the time you're going to see, I write my stuff 7 with a parenthesis. If you've got a variable in there, then your number is going to be right beside your variable. Dividing, probably the one that's most confusing or that you see the most, is going to be quotient. So we got to remember quotient means divide and product means multiply. That's going to be your main two things. If you have something, that's dividing it by 2. To get an answer, you're going to solve, you're going to evaluate, find, express, calculate, model, solution, simplify. Your equal signs. If you see is mainly what you're going to see, your equal. It's going to be what's going to tell you is equal. Now here's going to be where it's going to be most confusing, is when we have to reverse the order. And when we reverse the order is when we see than, from, or added to. Now the main one that you're going to see is the word than, and we're going to look at that in just a second. So keeping these words in mind, that than word is going to be the one that's going to probably give us the most headache. So, and actually on this little exercise that I got, the first one has the word than in it, but we're not going to do it first. We're going to come back to it. So remember, quotient means divide. So it says the quotient of 3 and y. So that just means 3 divided by y. Difference. Difference is subtract. It says the difference of 6 and r. So that just means 6 minus r. Now these are going to be expressions because there is no equal sign. This says product. Remember we said product means multiply. So the way it's written, it says the product of k and 9. So it really says k times 9. Well, the way we started writing equations and expressions, that looks kind of funny. So it looks better to write it this way. So most of the time you're going to see it this way. This is correct, but this is what you're going to mainly see. So you just need to be aware that both of those are fine. Okay, I'm kind of working backwards here, aren't I? I'm sorry. But anyway, n divided by 2. N divided by 2. Very simple. The total of 5 and c. So total, add. When we were looking at our clue words a second ago, if we see the word total, that means we need to add 5 plus c. So now here's where that than word comes into play. That says 7 less than m. So what it looks like 7. Less means subtract, and then we have the letter m. Well, when you have that word than, remember it told us that the word than is going to reverse the order. So that means that for our final answer, we just need to split this. So we're going to put m minus 7. We're going to rotate the m and the 7, because 7 less than m means we start with the m and subtract 7. So that than is what we need to pay really close attention to, and we have to flip the order when we see the word than. So now if we do these equations, remember equations have equal sign in it. That's the only thing that's different between these two. So when we look at this, it says a number. So a number, we don't know what that number is, so we can just put n. So a number, that's n, increased by, so increase is going to be add, and it says increase it by 7, and is was equals 11. So there's our equation. We could solve it if we wanted to, but if we don't have to solve these, we're just practicing writing them. It says the price. Do we know what the price is? No. So we just put P or whatever variable you want to. The price decrease is going to be subtract. And it says the price decreased by 4. So whatever that price is, minus 4 is equals 29. So all we're doing is taking these words and putting them into a math expression up here and equation down here. Remember equation because they have an equal sign. This is twice as many points as Bob. Remember, twice means times 2. So if we got twice as many points as Bob, we've got twice as many points as Bob means 2 times whatever Bob's got. So I'm going to put B. Would be 18. So would be means it's going to equal 18. Okay, after dividing the money 5 ways. So we're going to take the money. So I'm going to put an M for money. We're going to divide it 5 ways. Each person gets $67. So each person gets $67. So, or got $67. So equals 67. Now we could go back and solve these because that's what you've been working on the past couple weeks. But we don't have to. Remember, we're just practicing writing them. All right, now we're going to get a little more involved. This says 3 more than 8 times as many. Oh, so I'm sorry. I sat still too long. The light's gone off. Well, can't wait and get it back on. All right, there we go. So I've got 3 more than means add, and it says 8 times as many trees. So I'm going to put 8 times, and I don't like using T's, but I'm going to put a T there. 8 times as many trees. Well, I've got that word than. And that word than is the word that gives us a headache sometimes. But that word than means I need to flip these two, because it really means that I start with my 8 times as many trees. So there's my 8 times as many trees plus 3. And now we just finish it up. Is means equals 75. So pretty much most things are going to stay in the same order unless you see the word than. Than is the word that we deal with the most. This says 7 less than a number. We don't know what that number is, but we've got that word than. So when we have that word than, we need to flip it. So we really need to put minus 7, and then is equals 15. So I've got several of these for you to try. Remember, you don't have to solve them. We're just writing the expression. So you're going to write some expressions and check them, and if you got questions, let me know.